today. Imran Khan, Pakistan's former Prime Minister, has been arrested after being sentenced to 3 years in prison. His team say that they will be filing an appeal against the ruling. Now, the judge found him guilty of failing to declare money that he'd earned from selling state gifts. As the decision was announced in Islamabad, a crowd, including some prosecuting lawyers, began chanting Imran Khan as a thief outside of the court. Multiple cases have been filed against Mr. Khan in the last 16 months. In May of this year, he was detained for not appearing at court as requested, but was subsequently released after the arrest was declared illegal. Well, since then, his party has been under intense pressure from authorities, with many senior officials leaving and thousands of supporters being arrested, accused of being involved in the protests that followed Imran Khan's arrest. Well, the Pakistan government will be dissolving on August the 9th, and a caretaker government will take over in the run-up to the elections. No date has been set for those elections, although constitutionally they need to take place by early November. Let's get the latest on this. Our Pakistan correspondent Caroline Davis is outside of the court in Islamabad. Caroline, first off, I wonder if you could just confirm or update the details that I just read out there.
Yes, Lucretia, we have also, of course, had confirmation that Imran Khan has been arrested. He was at his home, Zaman Park in Lahore. We've seen images from our teams there of the police arriving, and we've seen of the vans and cars leaving Zaman Park with Mr. Khan. It is not entirely clear at the moment where he will be taken to next, but we were obviously anticipating this because just over an hour ago inside court here, we heard from the judge who found him guilty in this toshakhana case. This is about gifts, state gifts that he'd received during his time in office that he had then sold, and the court found him guilty of not declaring that money. The judge found him guilty, said that he was finding him that he would be in jail for 3 years, and then also directed the Islamabad police to arrest him immediately. We then heard within the space of 10-15 minutes or so that he had indeed been arrested in Lahore. As I say, it's not entirely clear where he will be taken to. His team here said to us that they didn't expect him to resist arrest, that they were planning to appeal, but of course it's Saturday and the courts are not currently open, and so they can't lodge those appeals until Monday, which of course leaves us with the weekend, Lucretia, about exactly what will happen next in Pakistan. What will be the reaction to Imran Khan's arrest? As you mentioned, on the 9th of May, he was previously arrested, and we did see a large amount of discontent across Pakistan in reaction to that arrest. We saw in particular, we saw military and intelligence buildings, we saw military buildings being targeted. Now, that is particularly surprising here in Pakistan. That is something that Pakistan has not really seen during the course of its history, for the military to be directly targeted. And as a result, we saw a large amount of crackdown afterwards on Imran Khan and his party. Imran Khan, as you say, was released after they found that the arrest against him back then in May had been illegal, and he has since then been free. But at the same time, many of his party have left the party, many of his senior leadership, and many of his supporters have also been arrested and imprisoned because of their alleged involvement in these protests that happened after the 9th of May. So the question next, of course, is how does Pakistan react now? Has that crackdown stopped people from wanting to come out onto the streets? Will we see a similar sort of reaction, or will we not see a similar sort of reaction? You mentioned as well that the Pakistan government, Pakistan Parliament is due to dissolve next week on the 9th of August, and that means that they will hand over to a caretaker government who will be in power until the elections. This is all taking place in the backdrop of the elections. This is why it is such a contentious and difficult time. We're waiting to see what the reaction in Pakistan will be to Mr. Khan's arrest.
Caroline Davis, thank you very much for that. For now, we're going to stay with the story, and joining me now is Munib Farouk, who is a journalist for the Pakistani Urdu language news channel locally. Sama TV, thank you very much for joining us, Munib. First off, how has this news been received?
Well, frankly, it was something that was expected. and it hasn't come as a surprise because this case has been going on for quite a while now. And it was highly likely that Imran Khan is going to get convicted in this case. And the response from his legal team was quite weak. There was apparently no defense, and it's a fact. It's a fact that's floating on the surface. If you look at the documents, if you go through the documents, yes, Imran Khan did get the gifts from the state depository. It was legal, yes, to that extent, but then he sold them and did not declare the amount in his nomination papers and different papers that he was supposed to do that before the Election Commission of Pakistan. So obviously that gave a big setback to the former Prime Minister. And ever since the case started, his lawyers were only focused on the technical point. And particularly after 9th of May, things have not been going good at all for Pakistan's Justice Party, Imran Khan's party, and things have been quite murkier with every passing day.
What do you make of the timing then? Because obviously, as we just heard there, our correspondent reporting outside of the court in Islamabad saying that, you know, we've got the backdrop of those elections coming up soon. Has that played in possibly the decision for this to be carried out now?
Well, yes, timing is of the essence, and there was a lot of discussion over it. People were quite apprehensive. Even Imran Khan was apprehensive. He did see it coming, but yes, there was a likelihood that this may happen once the caretaker government would come in and take the charge. But yes, it has happened today, and somehow the trial was done hurriedly, and I cannot say with guarantee, nobody can give a watertight guarantee that Imran Khan was given a right to fair trial according to the constitution. But yes, it was quite likely that Imran Khan is going to get convicted due to this case. And this means that he is now disqualified to become a member of the parliament for the next 5 years by virtue of this decision. So this means that unless he gets a relief from the High Court, which his lawyers are planning to go to, his conviction will stand, his disqualification will stand, and then it appears to be quite an uphill task for him.
Okay, so in terms of his political future, it's not looking good. What about the future of his party?
Well, ever since the incidents of 9th May, I mean, his party workers have been running amok. His top-tier leadership has either deserted the party or they've been made to leave the party. The workers are in disarray. Most of them are in hiding. People are scared to come on the streets because of the incidents that took place on 9th of May. It's considered as 9/11 for Pakistan. And this is something which is out of the ordinary. The military installations were attacked. They were burned down. They were vandalized. State institutions were attacked. So this is something which was completely unheard of. There have been instances in the past where top political leaders have been ousted by the courts or through illegal or unconstitutional ways, but nobody ever did this. But this time, when Imran Khan got arrested on 9th of May, his party workers attacked the military installations just because now, and ever since that time, he has been defending the actions of his political party workers. That somehow sent a lot of people over the edge, that instead of, condemning them or, they're telling the people that it was not a good idea to attack the military installations, he was somehow trying to defend it. So that's somehow, I think, the straw that finally broke the camel's back.
Munir Farooq, thank you very much indeed for that. Thank you.